Hello, welcome everyone. I'm going to bring up David Morris. Hello, David. How's it going?
Hello, gents. It's absolutely fabulous. How are you?
Yeah, so good. And I'm going to bring up Chronear as well. Welcome. Hello.
Hey man, what's up?
Hello.
Not much. Thanks so much for joining today, guys. Is Kendall joining as well? I haven't seen him jump on. I'm just going to share my screen. 1 second. Thanks so much for everyone listening as well. I hope you liked the DJ set. I'm glad you made it in time, David. That was pretty dicey for a second there. We thought we were going to lose you.
Let me tell you that every single time something like this happens, for anybody who's watching, listening, tuning in that does not, I just got pulled over by the police in a vehicle in the United States for an expired tag, whatever the fuck that means. Turns out every year you have to get it's a little yellow sticker. They showed me on the license plate on the back of the car. They change it once a year. You pay them 30 quid. So yeah, and now
I've
I'm
got the
more
receipts
radicalized
as well.
than ever. Yeah. Oh, there's the receipt. Yeah.
There's David's picture he sent me when he said, I might be late. I'm being pulled over right now.
The feds, man. Fuck the feds.
Fuck the
Not necessarily
feds.
the police, not necessarily the police, but certainly the Federal Reserve. That's why we're here, right?
Exactly. So Kendall's in now as well. I'm going to bring him up. Welcome, GM.
GM. Glad
So,
David made it away from the cops.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank God. And good thing they didn't check the back seat and find all the drugs they had on me. Thank God.
Might have to censor that for the upload. So in terms of like just quick overview of what we're going to talk about today, going to run through briefly intros with the Near team who I'm talking to today for those that don't know. Then I'm going to give a quick overview of what Infinex is for everyone that doesn't know, and we're basically trying to kill centralized exchanges, make a much better, safe on-chain alternative. And then we're going to run over and highlight some of the things in the Near ecosystem and how Near is improving Infinex. And I've actually got Ben here, who's the one implementing Near for Infinex as well. You can see him jumping in the background. So I'm going to pass over to him when we want to discuss that. But to start with, I think it's best if we go over intros. So Dave, I'll let you start. This was the best picture I could find of you on X. But who are you and what do you do at Near?
I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Anybody who knows me, that I actually look really good right now. I actually have lost so much weight, thanks to Ozempic and all the drugs, obviously the aforementioned one. But my name is David. I do a lot of the marketing at the Near Foundation. I do all of the social media and stuff, particularly when you see a bit more of the creative kind of weirder things, the stuff that pisses people off. Tends to have my fingerprints on it. And there you are. And there I am with a divisive cap, beautiful chest. So honestly, I'm starting to develop the V. That's my opinion.
It's coming along. I think I
Wow.
like that description of doing the marketing that pisses people off because I think that's how I should start describing myself at Infinex.
It's important, man. It's
Next time I
important.
piss someone off, I'll be like, "Hey, look, it's my job."
Yeah,
And
definitely.
Chronear, how about yourself?
Hey guys, I do a bunch of DeFi stuff, investments, incubation at Near Foundation. Been with Near for about 4 years. Very closely working with Infinex. So I was the instigator for Infinex and Near. So glad how far we've come.
Awesome. And then Kendall.
Hey, yeah, I'm Kendall. I run a company in the Near ecosystem called Proximity that tries to basically do research and development, help out with some of the bleeding edge tech they're working on. So some of the things powering intents like chain signatures, some of the stuff on the AI side, like our fully verified agents called Shade Agents. Yeah, basically just building stuff and then helping take it to market, helping recruit great builders and support teams building on here.
Yeah, perfect. So, also for those that don't know, it was my birthday yesterday. So I know Chronear, you're in here right in the front and center. Thanks so much for everyone that put on their Shaman birthday hats. Really, really appreciate it. This is the Shaman rave. Ben was really upset that I didn't add him in there, but he sent me the photo on Slack rather than on Twitter. So understandably rugged. What is Infinex? We're building better on-chain trading. You can swap across. Now we support 10 chains. In terms of what we've just shipped recently, we actually just added BNB. Cow swap. So if you're a whale, I'm definitely never going to use this. But if you're doing swaps over $100,000 basically in one clip, if you're buying, I don't know, 5 mil of Trump or something like that, you need to bribe him, then you want to use cow swap. 1 inch as well. So we're using Fusion. So that's going to give you better pricing for Swidge as well. In terms of BNB, and this is going to be part of the sort of secret alpha leak, if you want to get the 4 badge, then you're going to want to do a BNB Swidge in the next couple of days. So I hope everyone's listening early for that. Infinex and Near. So what do we use Near for? I'm going to let Ben explain. Basically, it's a lot of legacy token stuff, but I'm going to pass over to him now. And I'm sure Chronear and David, you'll have some points as well.
Hey, Near folks, how's it going? It's been a while, eh?
Well, Ben. It's great to see your face again, traitor.
Well, actually, my job here at Infinex currently is all things Near. So for those in the chat who don't know, I've been in the Near ecosystem for about a little over 4 years now. Started companies there, started at Near Inc., which would then turned into Pagoda, which is unfortunately no more. But I've been in the Near ecosystem for a long time, building lots of cool stuff. And then we met the Infinex team over in Bangkok, and absolutely love what they're doing, and now I'm working here. And so what we are doing with Near at Infinex is powering a lot of the legacy token trades, and not just legacy tokens. The really neat thing about Near Intense is that it allows you to trade a really, really large breadth of tokens. And so the way that we've implemented it is that when you come to Infinex moving forward, when we launch this, by the way, everything is developed. It's just under a feature flag, so we can turn it on at any point. So we're working with the Near Foundation as to when we're going to turn that on. So look forward to that. But yeah, so when you come to Infinex and you go to deposit tokens, you're going to have an address for Bitcoin, for XRP, for Doge. And the really, really neat thing about Near Intense is that it allows you to very, very easily add new chains and new deposit addresses. So as a little fun exercise, I implemented Doge deposits in Infinex after all the core architecture was built in about 10 minutes. So it takes a ridiculously short amount of time to add new chains and add new features. And the nice thing about the Near Intense folks and the Near Foundation is they're always shipping. So it's really, really fast to integrate any new chains, any new assets, any new tokens. And so depositing Bitcoin, depositing XRP, depositing pretty much any tokens that you want is going to be really, really fast now moving forward with Near Intense. And then when you have the tokens in your account, you can very easily switch them. So I could switch Bitcoin to Solana, I could switch to USDC, I could switch to Trump. It really doesn't matter. All of that is going to be backed by Near Intense as a new switch provider moving forward, which is really cool. Yeah, so I'll pass it back to Shaman.
Thanks so much, Ben. That was awesome. Now, before we dive into the Near stuff, this is something that caught my eye. When we posted about Near, we had Juicy Lucy respond to me, and I was really excited at first because I thought someone was flirting with me on the Infinex account. Sad to realize that Juicy Lucy seems to be some sort of AI agent, but she says like Infinex is making moves with Near, helping interoperability like never before. So this simp to earn bot definitely picks up on the narrative that we're putting down. But I guess what is simp to earn? Do any of you Near guys, have you seen Juicy Lucy around before?
Yeah, she's in my DMs all day.
This actually isn't an AI agent. It's real. Congratulations. See you on the other side. Let us know how it goes. Good luck.
So I should be doing. Do you think she's interested in me or Infinex main? I don't know if she knows that I was the one tweeting. I might be catfishing.
The patron NFT.
She wants the patron. They'd be a good match actually. Maybe GC Lucy can be the patron's GF. But yeah, I'll pass over, and I'm not sure who wants to handle this, Kendall, Near, or David. But quick explainer of, I guess, what is Near for people that in the audience don't know.
Yeah, I can take this one. I mean, Near is a fully sharded proof of stake layer one blockchain, but primarily it's the blockchain for AI. Uh, you know, AI is the origin of Near. Near started as Near.ai back in 2018 when Ilya and Alex met right out of YC. Ilya previously was the co-author of the Transformers research paper that led to the generative AI movement and all the stuff that you see across AI landscape, particularly around generative AI agents. We've built a very scalable blockchain over the years with unique use cases that are only possible on Near. So primitives like chain signatures, omni-bridge, near intents, these enable net new flows of value and net new use cases for users and applications across crypto. Um, they also enable a bunch of AI use cases. So that's Near in a nutshell. Kendall,
Yeah,
I don't know if you
awesome.
have anything to add from the Near side.
Yeah, I'll just add that, I mean, basically, there's a lot of great primitives that are required to build the blockchain for AI that also enable a bunch of other use cases like the, Infinex switch to all of these legacy chains. So a key part of that, as you mentioned, the chain signatures feature, basically that's giving smart contracts the ability to sign transactions. And that's how you can enable this kind of this atomic swap between chains like Bitcoin, Zcash, XRP that don't actually have smart contracts or don't have particularly well-trodden smart contract environments.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Does that mean you can do chain signatures for Monero? That might be a bit of a spicy question, but
Yeah, you definitely can. They have a kind of unique signature scheme, so there's a little bit of extra cryptography for it that's required. But yes, that is definitely possible.
damn. So now that everyone understands Near, it's this infrastructure we're going to be using at Infinex to add way more utility to switch, especially for the legacy tokens. So things like XRP, Bitcoin, you're going to be able to switch them natively, which is pretty insane. I think we'll be one of the first sort of easy UX apps that you'll be able to do that in. I wanted to dive into the Near ecosystem a little bit more, and I got some help from like Chronear and David to find interesting projects. And I think the AI thing is something that I especially don't have my head wrapped around a lot. But Chronear, there's this project Shade Agents I saw, and they, from what I read briefly, it's like autonomous agents that are going to be able to sign transactions and make transactions in DeFi. Do you want to give me a bit of a run through of what Shade Agents is?
Yeah, so it's actually not a project. It's a new type of agents, and Kendall can speak very well to what that actually is.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, like we been working with a lot of teams building agents, and there's kind of been this gap between like, okay, we have all these agents that are like info bots, right? You see like AIXPT, a lot of those type of agents that are basically doing the safe thing, which is like, yapping, talking, retrieving information, maybe crunching some numbers if we're getting spicy with it. But not a lot of agents are actually going out and like sending transactions. It's starting to change a little bit, but like one of the big blockers has been like how you actually one like do this safely. Like how do you actually execute transactions on behalf of users in a way that they can like trust? And then two, it's how do you actually keep if you're going to have a longer lived action where you actually have to take custody of these assets, like maybe you're going to take a position for them on a lending protocol and then basically unwind it when like Bitcoin hits a certain price. If you're going to do something like that, you have to custody their funds. And so how you manage the keys for the agent itself is really, really critical. And so what we basically developed in order to help facilitate this is basically two components. One is like this agent code itself that's going to run in a trusted environment. In this case, you're using like trusted hardware like Intel TDX. And then a smart contract that basically verifies that the code the agent running is correct. It's like what it says it is. And what this unlocks is that multiple instances of agents can basically work together to send transactions through this smart contract. And since we have this product, chain signatures, it's basically keys for smart contracts. That means that they can work together to sign transactions for any blockchain. And so basically, if you're running this agent, you're doing this long-lived process, and like one of the worker agents goes down, then anybody can actually spin up a new instance of this agent and keep the process going. So the TLDR, the like very quick quick summary of why that's interesting is basically it's unstoppable, unruggable agents. Like you actually just, these things will just keep running forever as long as somebody's willing to, spin up and run the infrastructure, which will be really, really easy. Then these things are going to keep going. And so this is how we can actually have these kind of censorship resistant, trust minimized, actually like putting the autonomous in agents type of products. So basically agents that do shit. That's what we wanted to enable. It's like we want to see agents sending transactions everywhere, posting them everywhere, like showing that there's actually activity here. And they're like doing things on behalf of people, not just yapping and talking about whatever the new meme coin is.
Yeah, definitely something in terms of trusting that an agent is going to make, you have this sort of problem at the moment with LLMs where they're really good, but then they sort of hallucinate or every once in a while do something just completely unexpected. And it feels hard to know when they're going to do that. And that's something that's always scared me when I see these demos of like an agent that goes out and finds a yield farm for you, or an agent that does a perps position. Because I know it's something we've talked about at Infinex. The idea of having this thing that you say, hey, find me the best price for XYZ coin on Near, or find me the best yield for my USDC. And it's like, it feels like it would be really awesome to go out and find that. But then how do you think we're going to solve the problem of every once in a while they seem to just completely botch out? Or do you think that's something that's like going to happen pretty quickly or a long way off?
I think it's going to happen quickly. And I think the way is like, it's basically, while these models get better and better, and while we figure out like the right kind of infrastructure around them to just know they're not going to go off the rails, they're only going to do the things we expect them to do, we should enshrine these guardrails. So that's why like these are the two components that we have with the Shade agent. You have the worker agent who might suggest some really crazy shit, right? It might hallucinate, it might go off the rails. That's fine, because then you have the smart contract that basically keeps it in check. So the most of the agent builders we're working with today, they actually kind of whitelist some protocols and addresses, basically in function calls in the smart contract that these agents can interact with. And the agents are almost like suggesting, hey, I want to like put some funds into one of these different yield farms. These yield farms might initially be like Aave, Morpho, kind of pretty trusted protocols. And then, once we see how that works and like gain some trust with users, then they can start to, basically expand the field and say, okay, now actually we're going to go out and look for brand new deployments, but we're going to actually like look at the source code and audit the source code and like kind of get deeper and deeper and become more and more just like wide ranged and sort of flexible. But I think we're going to start off with like fairly narrow and then build up from there. And that's how we can build trust and people can get confident putting their money in this thing, having it go out and send all these transactions on their behalf, knowing that they're not actually going to get rugged.
Yeah, it's pretty insane to imagine like in the future, before you're depositing into a yield farm, it just spits out this report that says like, audited the code, this is the potential vulnerabilities, these are the people on the team, like they're KYC'd, and just spitting out this, and you can imagine it happening really quickly. So that's like Near Shade agents. So part of agents and AI stuff happening on Near. The other project I pulled up, this was one Chronear recommended, was Satoshi Port, which is a trustless Bitcoin brokerage on Near. Chronear, did you want to run over what a trustless Bitcoin brokerage is and what Satoshi Port's building?
Yeah, really quickly in 30 seconds. I mean, what they're basically trying to do is build on-chain prime brokerage. So imagine you can bring your liquid Bitcoin and take out loans against that Bitcoin in USDC or USDT, and then you can actually use other applications with that loan. So your Bitcoin is collateral, you get USDC, and you can actually go and engage with Infinex or OpenSea or whatever, Magic Eden, CowSwap directly from that one interface. So that becomes your prime brokerage account. So that's pretty much the idea for a Bitcoin prime brokerage. We're very excited about this idea because you actually won't see stuff like this anywhere else in crypto, and it's uniquely enabled again by chain signatures and near intents.
Yeah, right. So you can sit on Bitcoin, but then get exposure to anything that you like.
Exactly, and you do not have to give up custody of your Bitcoin. You're not selling your Bitcoin. You're just making it work for you.
Yeah, damn, that's pretty awesome. Any thoughts, David or Kendall? You want to jump in?
Yeah, I guess the thing that really gets me, what I was going to say, what really gets me hard and really gets me going, but I didn't think we were going to be that degenerate. So what really piques my interest is the ability to use all of these, and you guys call them legacy tokens, right? So XRP, Bitcoin, I guess Dogecoin as well. All these non-smart contract chains, but actually the underlying asset isn't some Justin Sun proxy derivative token that's been minted on some random blockchain somewhere, right? It's actually Bitcoin, or it's actually XRP. And I think that's the stuff that where it gets really exciting, right? Where you don't see that anywhere else.
You put Shaman on the spot, actually, David. Shaman was going to ask Justin sir from co-marketing when Kane would have integrated Tron on Infinex.
Oh.
You made me paranoid because I still have wrapped Bitcoin on on Arbitrum that I've been meaning to swap over to the Coinbase wrapped Bitcoin. The other and this is another lending protocol, a bit of my bias here because I love lending, but the Cypher lending team is another group that I've seen building on Near. Similarly, they're building leverage lending for legacy assets. So the idea is that XRP, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, you can send them. There actually seems like their flow is more of just you deposit and then they send you back the stables that you want to borrow. So there's no Connect wallet or anything like that, which I think is an interesting UX, especially for Bitcoin maxis. It'd be cool because it'd be really easy to integrate into Infinex as well. But anything you wanted to add there on the near side?
I'll add something. Actually, Templar is an interesting one because these guys have really taken like the cypherpunk core that was kind of around back in 2008 when the Bitcoin white paper was published, 2009, so on, Hal Finney et al. And they're like running with it, right? So I think a part of their like message is make Bitcoin cypherpunk again, which to me is like kind of like the rock and roll side of crypto, which I think in the Instagramification of Web3, which is
That's a good term.
it's not mine. It's not mine. I stole it. I can't remember. I'll have to appropriately credit it after this call. I think a bit of that edge has been taken away, but it's nice to see teams like this putting that edge back in.
It's definitely something that I notice. It's almost like this ebbing and flowing of as everything gets more bullish, everyone also is happy to forget any of the permissionless or decentralized points. It's like people sort of forget why they're important. And then as soon as stuff starts going bad, they sort of have this wake up and realize, oh, wait a second, some of that stuff's important. That's why we're all here. And then there's almost this like return to it. And I definitely sense that a lot at the moment. It feels like the zeitgeist is pushing back towards like, what's the cypherpunk roots? Did we go too far into just gambling on meme coins?
Actually, Shaman, since this is Alpha League, Templar will be announcing their public testnet in the next 24 hours. So anyone who's interested in checking Templar out, just go on their Twitter page in 24 hours, and they will be announcing their fundraise as well. So check out the team, give your feedback. I'm pretty sure you guys will love the experience.
Sounds good. Easy thing for everyone to jump on if they're keen. Now is our sort of like trench report. I'm going to run over some of the news for the week. If you guys have seen any awesome stories, then bring them up. But at the moment, it seems pretty bearish. We had our Kane open to work picture was posted by the intern. And for those that haven't noticed, we've actually had a new intern posting on the Infinex main. So we had this amazing post, 1K likes on BNB chain. And it would launch on Monday because we couldn't get CZ to buy a patron, frustratingly. Except it's such a bear market that Kane's been the new social media intern, and he's been shit posting straight from the main account. So if you see anything and think, I wonder how that got through, it's you know where it's going from. On anything you guys have seen in this like bear market or good posts, I've seen a lot of people posting the open to work and some pretty sad screenshots. I think there's gonna be more pain because I haven't seen anything that's like made me spit out my milk or anything
I've
like that
seen
yet.
pretty sad live streams as well.
Sad live streams. I hope they're not trading live streams.
Mine is not crypto. I watched Donald Trump get in a Tesla and go, wow, everything's computer. And now I like kind of I feel like I have to say that all the time. Everything's computer. I feel like we have to fold that into a marketing campaign somewhere. Somewhere needs to be folded in. Like him or him. I mean, it's hilarious. You could even write it.
He definitely nails the I don't know, there's this dumbed down tone of speaking to everyone that's that he has on lock, and it's definitely like very intentional. It feels dumb and pointless. Now I can't get everything's a computer out of my head, and I'm just like thinking about the things that I'm going to pick up next time I go to use the zip tap. I'm going to be like, oh. Next up, we got our community content. This is something that's been going awesome actually recently. I'm going to highlight some of the sort of top picks that I had. Finn Kirker, newer community member. He's got my party hat on here, and he drew this amazing tiger picture. And then I'm not sure how to pronounce this. I'm going to go for Shaman, and he has been drawing these like amazing Pepes with Australian hats on them, which I have to applaud. Then we had SRT has been drawing these awesome fake patron billboards. And then this is my personal favorite. I don't know why. I'm a weirdo. I like farm animals. So if anyone has farm animals, I just think it's funny seeing pictures of the Infinex community's farm animals. This is Daz B's chicken here. I'm thinking we got to do some like Infinex farm animal merch or something like that. I'd like to see the chickens wearing Infinex shirts. But David, I think you're probably the one to ask. What's like the best near community content you've seen, or what's the vibe, and how do you like to highlight it?
Wow, that's a good question. I guess all-time best near community content. We shot a pretty in-depth rap video with one of our community members, Rhyme, which is I think is still pinned on his Twitter account. His Twitter account is at Rhyme Taylor, and that is RHYME Taylor. That was fun and exciting. But I am going to be honest. I think that the Near ecosystem, the Near community needs to pick up their meme game a lot. I think that there's a handful of brilliant meme artists there, but sometimes some people make memes that are so bad that like they swing back around and they're good, right? Like it still works.
There was one the other day that was just a buzz, and it was Kane was Buzz talking to CZ, who was Woody, and it said like, "Can you please buy patron NFT?" And it was it wasn't a good meme, but it stuck with me. I have it like saved on my desktop, and I keep dropping it in the company Slack all the time. In terms of like high quality content, I wanted to highlight SRT. This is a new thing we're going to do. He's our community heavyweight of the week. So I'm going to give you the Discord role. You'll get a little king next to your name in the Discord. Congrats, SRT. And I'm gonna you can flex on everyone for the whole week, and I'll give you that role at the end of the call. Next up, we got our Infinex Yappers. So for those that don't know, this is our Kaido leaderboard, and the idea is it ranks who's yapping about Infinex. Kane, number 2, still usurped by Simplicity, and then Simon, all the heavy hitters that are normally there at the top. I haven't seen a near Kaido leaderboard. Is that something that you guys have looked at or considered doing?
Yeah, so we did look into it like before they went to this like auction style approach. It's still something that there's a possibility there. I know the Near Week team, which is like a community-led arm of the ecosystem that collate all the news, write a wonderful newsletter. They're very keen on it. I'm pretty keen on it too. But there's nothing concrete right now.
No alpha to leak on how I can get more near tokens.
well, if you take a look at like Chronear mentioned the Templar testnet, the BitHive testnet. There's opportunities out there for sure.
Oh damn!
You gotta put your money to work to get near. That's how I do it.
Okay, this section I've actually got a quiz, so I'm going to bring it up. You guys might have not watched our previous live streams, but I'm going to get this started. It's a multiple choice quiz. It'll be really easy. It's mostly all Infinex lore and also little tidbits from this call. So it'd be good if you guys can participate as well. I'm going to pop it up on a live stream. A couple of our previous guests a lot of the time come first. So I think the Unichain guys came first and second, actually, out of everyone, out of 60. So the pressure is on. I'm going to share my screen now. Sorry to anyone that did Kahoot at university and is getting PTSD from this as well.
I think we're getting slaughtered here.
It's a good way to upskill, I think, the multiple choice quiz. So I'll give everyone a couple of minutes to drop in. I hope you guys enjoyed the DJ set beforehand. I saw you were dropping a bunch of names, Chronear. Are you into your dance music?
For sure, yeah. I mean, I thought that was a square pusher set, to be honest with you.
So flattering. It was just me downstairs. So like 20 minutes before the call, I run down, record it, and then chuck it on up here.
No, it was good, man.
Okay, we got 36 in the call in the quiz so far. I might let it tick up a little bit more. Normally we get around like 50.
Did anyone see that kid? I gotta say kid. He's probably 20 something. Who invented that software where you can it lets you cheat on leak code exams.
Oh, yes.
He's like applied to Amazon and loads of super big Web2 companies, and they were like, "Oh my God, yes, we'd love to have you for an internship." And then he's like, "No, fuck you. I'm gonna do whatever I want." That guy's rock and roll. He should be in crypto.
I can't remember his name now. Can you if you can find that, I'll bring it up on the call. But I remember he made a LinkedIn profile with all of the job offers that he'd gotten, and then he got banned from LinkedIn, I think. But yeah, for those that aren't following, someone recently, there's this common, it's common in interview process for engineers. It's called Leak Code. It's basically this online testing platform for software engineers. And someone made an AI that could basically complete it to a really high degree. And it's something that previously you had to a lot of people would practice it a lot so they could do well in interviews. And then this AI basically would just blitz it. And then the guy who made the AI used it to apply for every big tech company, and they all offered him jobs based on his AI completing the interview process. And then he was just posting about it, making fun of them afterwards, basically.
Epic marketing. Dude crushed it.
Yeah, he sells the AI, and the companies were trying to get him kicked out of his uni and stuff like that for making this software. I'm going to start up the quiz now. Everyone get ready. Should have picked up on this from listening. Oh, pretty split answers, but no, he's the new social media intern.
I'm 100%.
You're 100%?
You love small animals, and it made me raise my eyebrow. But hey, look, each to their own.
I feel like I needed a way to draw people's attention to the chickens so that I could offer some clue.
Makes sense.
Those that are active in the chats will know because it was brought up a few times for some reason.
We
This
get
one-
mixed
this
messages
one-
here.
Since a matter of
I need-
opinion.
I need the consensus of whether I should be sliding into Juicy Lucy's DMs or not.
Look, what do we got to lose?
How long until we have like a DeFi protocol getting hacked because it slid into a girl's DMs because the protocol is run by an AI? It'll be like
I
those
wouldn't
love
be
scams,
surprised.
but they're both AI.
Yeah, and it turns out it's a North Korean AI.
That's probably already happened. We just haven't heard about it.
100%. Because you
North
were not
Korean
going to
AI
tell anyone.
girlfriend.
Yeah, no.
I would immediately make a story up. In fact, that sounds like. If I got a protocol hacked because I was thirsting over anyone, I would then say, "Oh yeah, it's the North Koreans." It's Lazarus proof. It's Lazarus
Definitely
proof.
Lazarus.
In fact, Lazarus, for all we know, could be fake, and that could be the actual story. I mean, they might not even exist.
So true. This one, only people that were watching the DJ set really early will get. So you guys want to join the stream as early as possible to get. I'm always going to sneak in little tidbits during the warm up set, and then the answer is going to be hidden in there. So make sure you join early if you wanna max out on the quiz. And yeah, here's I've got this little sparkly patron sticker.
Nice. Not gonna lie, I'm getting fleeced on this quiz.
Yeah, so am I.
Absolutely obliterated.
Well, actually, my computer is being hacked. I think by North Korea.
But
Anytime
North Korean AI is
Try
stopping you
to
from doing
tank your
it.
reputation.
on the wrong one.
This one should be really easy. It was one of the first things we talked about. So yeah, anything was right. This all was shipped this week. Congrats, guys. Apollo came in first. That's gonna be our most common winner. But that wraps up everything I've got planned. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Join the Discord. Obviously, follow us. Follow David, Chronear, and Kendall. If you missed any part of it, then we're going to upload to YouTube as well. And then is there any final alpha leaks, or if you had one last thing, each of you, to tell the Infinex community to go and do? What's your sort of final message?
If you want to try out Shade Agents, you can tweet at ShadeAgent007.
Yep.
I recommend just like talking shit about AI slop, and you'll get some shade tokens. Or if you say good things about Shade Agents, you'll get some base tokens. So choice is yours.
So I need to go throw shade at Shade Agents.
Yeah, you can do that too. You might not reward you though. AI slop though, that you can talk shit about all day. Throw shade at that all day.
David, did you have some alpha?
Yeah, I guess my final parting words are I tend to see signs where there are not signs, but is it a coincidence that the winner of that quiz was called Apollo, and the Apollo was the moon mission? If you believe it, I all know that that's fake. But the Apollo was the moon mission. Oh, hey, yes, follow us, and by us I mean Near Protocol. We are on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, OnlyFans, MySpace, Snapchat, Only Farmers, etc. Anywhere you think we might be, we're probably there, and hopefully we'll see you around, and we'll do a lot more exciting things together with Infinex and beyond.
Yeah, awesome. It's been a good Chronear. Any final comments?
Just use Infinex, switch into Bitcoin, switch out into Dogecoin,
Yep.
all powered by Near, coming
Amazing.
soon. Yeah.
Awesome.
I've got one final thing. Why'd you call it switch and not brap?
That's actually something that I've asked as well, and you'll see some people in the community do still say BWAP. I don't know why we chose Switch. I think it's like as good a name. Maybe if we lobby enough, we can actually change it. It's something that I've hoped for. So yeah, if everyone could start just saying BWAP on the timeline, that would be great as well.
Actually, Switch is sexy. BRAP is not sexy. You can actually use BRAP for non-smart contract chains enabled by Near.
Sexy? Who you trying to sell Infinex to? Juicy Lucy or the friggin' Lazarus Group?
I think it's been awesome. Maybe I have to make you guys like friend of the show. We'll have to do another episode because it's been a great chemistry. I'm sure there'll be other things that we can talk about. Maybe close to when all this goes live, so we can get you guys on again. But it's been awesome. Going to wrap things up here. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Cheers.
God bless, guys. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Shaman.
Bye bye.